Nothing is too good to be true for you or any of us unless you say so. And I want to get into this mentality of why we're conditioned to think that if it's too good to be true, it is, waiting for the other shoe to drop, why it is that we may have a difficult time accepting that life is easy, that things are meant to be easy for us. And this is being inspired from several sessions that I've had already this week, and in the comments in my videos, where I see the majority of comments are success stories and really inspired, and then there's some that are having a difficult time believing that it could be possible that things could happen easily for us. So stick with me, you're gonna like this video, and I want to shift you away from this doubt and this trying to figure out if something is too good to be true, and coming from that distrustful part of you that is rejecting your good. Welcome, my name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart so you live a life that you love. Notice how many times I said you? That's a secret, not. It's a key. That's what it is. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you can go to RoseyLife.com. All the information is down below. Or you can join the Rosey Life course and community, where we meet weekly together as a group, and I answer Q&A live, and that is so much fun. When people show up in there and ask their questions, everybody's learning from each other. And then you have 12 lessons that are self-paced for you to go internally, because we do need to start changing our perspective from externally focused, looking for stuff, and going within. That is where your power is, and it is nowhere else. All right. So I wanted to start off with this quote by Ernest Holmes, and he says, "There is nothing but mind to move." In other words, the only thing that ever has to change is your point of view or your opinion about yourself or about others or about money or about health or about anything. In other words, there's no needing to move around 3D. There's no need to move around people or anything outside of you. You can move it and you'll see some results, and you'll get some hard work, sweat equity out of you, right? But it is not necessary. Is it a way? Absolutely. Everything works, right? But what you are coming into in this channel, and what I am wanting to share with the world, is that the mind is the only thing that we ever have to move. And that is what Ernest Holmes said in Science of the Mind, actually, the name of his book. But that's all we're moving. We're moving our mind, and that means is we're moving our awareness, our perspective, our point of view, right? Kind of like when I've said this before, like you're at an aquarium, depending on what side of the aquarium you are looking in through, you're going to see different fish, different plants, different turtles, sharks, whatever. But if you just stand on the same spot and say, this is the only spot there is, don't move me. Nope, there's not another spot around this aquarium. There's only this spot, and that's all. Nope. If I can't see it from this point of view, then it doesn't exist. It's not real. You're trying to fool me. Not knowing that you can move around the entire aquarium and see everything and have everything you want. All right. So why I wanted to bring this up, there's nothing to move but mind, because it's the truth. We're moving our awareness. We're changing how we see things. And there's so many teachers that say, Wayne Dyer said this too, said when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. I mean, it's just not new information. Like I've said, it's all, we're all pointing to the same stuff. So where is your awareness? That's why I said to you at the beginning, where is your awareness? Because your awareness is the only one that matters. Your awareness doesn't affect my world. Your awareness only affects your world and your experience and your results. So where's your awareness? Not they, their, them, us, we. It's like there is no us, we, them, they, their. It's all you. Every single person is coming from their perspective. So whatever your point of view is, your perspective, even if you had 100 million people telling you, yeah, you're right, that they're all reflecting your perspective, because each and every single one of us can only experience our our perspective, our beliefs, our point of view. You can't experience anyone else's. So saying it's like, well, they aren't doing it, or they said, or what about them? Or we say, or most of us, or there's nobody that's ever done that before. Do you see? All of that is just coming from your opinion. And even if you have proof, even if you lined them all up outside my door with 1,000 people, said none of them have ever manifested money easy, or none of them have ever manifested their person, none of them have ever done it, I'd say, cool, that's all in your opinion. They're all lined up behind you, not me. The only person that's lined up behind me is the I am. So what is it that you're becoming aware of? How it's, and these are just some examples of things that I hear from clients or in the comments, and like, you guys, this used to be me, so that's why I'm totally feeling this, and I know I can relate to this because I used to be so doubtful. All right, so here's some examples. Instead of seeing how it's working, right, how it could be working, you're looking at how it's not working. It's not, let me look for how it's not working. Instead of what is right, looking at what is right, you're looking for what is wrong. What is wrong? Do you see? Instead of saying what is present, you're looking for what's missing. I don't care about what's here. I want what's missing. That's what I want to put my focus on, right? Instead of looking at the fulfillment that you are everything within, you're looking for the problem. Where's the problem? There's a problem with the manifesting. There's a problem with the technique. There's a problem for how things are rolling out, right? Instead of looking for freedom, you are looking to be safe and protect yourself. You're in defensive mode, thinking you're going to get duped or scammed, or that what you're hearing isn't real, or that it's not possible because of XYZ million reasons. Do you see? Instead, so you got to look at this and say, are you looking for how it's not working, what's wrong, what's missing, the problem, and you're trying to protect yourself and feel safe, whether it's from love, whether it's from making money easy, receiving money without working, whether it's from having a healthy body. Are you looking constantly for what's not working? What's missing? What's the problem? Something needs to be fixed. Or are you saying it is working, everything is working, there's nothing wrong, everything's right, right? There, and being present, I'm looking at what is, in all of this, what is, I created it. And it's all good. I'm going to look at the present as good. It's perfect the way it is. It's supposed to be just like this, right? I want to focus on that I am fulfillment, that I am the all, that I'm everything, that the entire universe is within me. That's fulfilling, right? Instead of looking at problems. And then freedom. I am freedom. I cannot tell you how many beautiful, wonderful conversations that I've had with so many new clients already this week about and how they have found my channel and watched my videos. And this one woman I worked with today, she told me she'd been studying the law, Neville, so many different authors, all right? Florence Scovel Shinn, she studied the Silva method, so many different methods, okay? And like many of you, right? And me too. I was this person too for 20 years. And she found my channel, she said, on 4th of July, and ever since then everything just clicked. And she booked a session and was sharing that with me earlier today, and she said, you know what, I see now that I see everything clearly. And she says, I feel so good. I feel lighter. I feel happy. I feel motivated to get up, to go do things. She says, even though nothing in my life has changed, Rose, everything looks the same, I've changed. I feel happy. I feel good. And I can't wait to see what unfolds for her, because that is the only change that needs to take place for any manifestation to happen, is to go within, to realize that you are the cause of it all. That everything starts with you and everything ends with you. No one gets to say that it's over. No one gets to say no. No one gets to say this is final. No, that is you. That is only you. You are the beginning and the end, like scripture says. All right, so your mind, the reason, and I want to get into this because a lot of people think that they're stuck here. They've been conditioned, they've been programmed, their whole family was like this, and that their society, their neighborhood, their culture, whatever, that this is what all they know, and that they feel like it's hard to shift over to this. And I want to give you more of a psychological thing that I used to teach with my clients when I was practicing as a psychotherapist. I don't anymore, right? And one of the things I'd point out is that your mind is conditioned to solve problems, and then it looks for problems, right? Out of why? Out of safety and out of fear of being hurt or duped. So your mind is conditioned to want to return to what is called homeostasis, feeling safe, even if it's boring, even if it is unwanted. It's at least familiar. It at least is safe. It at least something that you know. You don't have to fight it because you can count on it. You know it's going to be the same way, and that is comfortable, even though it's not what you want. It's comfortable. And so when you step out and you allow yourself to start seeing through the eyes of love, which is who you are, unconditional love, you start seeing everything as perfect. You start seeing everything as it's working. Everything is, nothing's wrong. Everything is right, right? I'm present. I appreciate everything that's happening. Everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be. I am fulfillment. The whole universe is inside of me. I am free. I don't care. No matter what it looks like, this is who I believe I am. And you start doing this, and then you go and you want to go back to the safety of feeling like you did before. Or some other people might come across as angry and saying this is a lie, this is wrong, this is not true, and they reject it out of fear of being duped, or fear of being hurt, or fear of others being hurt or others being duped. Do you see? You get into defensive mode, and you don't have to, because there is no secret. There is nothing being hidden. The truth is what shall set you free from all of this, from all fears, from all doubts. The truth is you are the cause of it all, that there is only one cause, and that is within you. Everything that you experience in your life is an emanation of your own beliefs, your own point of view. And this is a two-part whiteboard, you guys. I got the second guy here. Second little one. I wanted to share these two quotes for you because they go along perfectly with this. And the first one is in Romans 12:2, and it says, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect." I love this scripture so much because this scripture has been misinterpreted like many other scriptures have. It says, do not be conformed to the world. In other words, don't let the world of what you see, touch, hear, smell tell you what is true. It says, don't let outside influence tell you, no, you can't have that. No, it's not possible. You have to work for it. Don't let the world tell you what to do. Don't even let me tell you what to do. And that includes me, because I have to throw myself in there, because you are powerful and you don't need me. You don't need anyone. You are the all-powerful, all-knowing. You are infinite intelligence itself. I'm here reflecting you, and whatever you are picking up, you're picking it up because of your beliefs. Okay, so it says, don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So it's saying renewal of your mind. It says renew it. It says don't stay here in lack and misery. It says renew your mind. Choose a different path of seeing things. Walk around the aquarium, see it differently. Do you see? And because it says that by testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good, acceptable, and perfect. So when you decide when you decide to test it and say, I'm going to start seeing life like this, or other ways that you can come up with, right? That you will be able to see or discern what is the will of God. Let's get into what the will of God is, because you guys know I was brought up in a very religious home, and what I learned about a Bible and God and Jesus is incorrecto, and God and Jesus and the Bible have nothing to do with any religion. It is a story, it's a psychological drama about you, like Neville Goddard said, a wonderful mystical teacher. I love this by Eric Butterworth. It's a quote by Eric Butterworth. He says, God's will is another confused religious term. The will of God is the ceaseless longing of the Creator to fulfill himself in that which he has created. In other words, God's will is another religious term. And so a lot of people would say, well, that was God's will, that bad thing happened to them. That's God's will, that you're suffering. That must be God's will. That's how people have been taught in religions to use the term God's will. That's not what God's will is. You guys, let's read further. God's will is absolute good. The will of God is absolute good. Just like it says in Scripture, what is good, acceptable, and perfect. I'm sorry, there's nothing bad and mean and negative in here for people to be throwing around, well, that must be God's will. No, God's will is absolute good. And it's funny because in one of the books that I was reading, it says the greatest prayer, when you know what God's will really means, the greatest prayer is, thy will be done. Not my will, but thy will be done. Why? My will is limited. It could be limited. We have free will, and we can condition free will with whatever we want to, right? But when you're saying thy will be done, you know what that means now. Thy will be done is saying absolute good. So you're saying, how about you just do this? Thy will be done. Thank you very much. I'm going to go with that. And that's what that author was saying, that is the greatest prayer, because you're saying God's will be done here. And what is God's will? Is absolute good, absolute perfection, absolute everything, the best of the best of the best of everything. There is only good, there's only God, there's only love. And there's only one cause, and that is within each and every one of us. So whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter, because it's still in you. That good is there, and your free will is to choose your point of view, your perspective on what you're looking at and how you want to see something. It is completely up to you, but I wanted to share with you that the mind is conditioned to be fearful, reject good, reject information, not because it wants to keep you good away from you, but because it feels safer to do it. And the mind, that brain of yours, only knows the past, what's familiar, what you've heard, what you've seen, what you've tested, and anything new, any new perspective, it's going to feel like you're rejecting it, like that's too good to be true. Nothing is too good to be true unless you say so. All right, thank you guys so much for liking the videos. Thank you for subscribing to The Rosey Life, and thank you for your love and support. And I'm so excited. I'm watching the channel grow and grow every single day, and I'm loving your comments, and I'm getting to them, you guys, as fast as I can. Thank you so much again for your love and support. You guys really truly are all freaking amazing, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, because we're freaking amazing. So diving deeper into who you are, how powerful, it's wonderful. I love you guys all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.